We will begin with some breaking news. PGA of America announcing that Chief Executive Officer Derek Sprague will step down from his role to support his family, saying that his mother and mother-in-law require increased care. Sprague informing the PGA of America's Board of Directors in early December of his immediate need to be with his family, and the new CEO is expected to be named in the coming weeks. Here's the statement from Derek Sprague. At my daughter's wedding last month in upstate New York, it became clear that my family needs me nearby to assist with the care of my mother and mother-in-law. Focusing on family has become my priority, and the best decision is to step away from my role as CEO and return home to be with them. Serving as CEO of the PGA of America over the past year has been an incredible honor, and I will always be grateful for the trust placed in me by the board and thank them for their understanding. Also want to thank our staff and their tireless dedication. Their passion and commitment inspire me, and I know the association will continue to thrive as it carries forward the proud mission of serving our members and growing the game. And we welcome in Golf Channel reporter Rex Hoggard. And Rex, what do you make of this decision?
Rich, it was a surprisingly short tenure. I think that speaks volumes. But when you sort of look back how Derek's tenure started as a CEO of the PGA of America, there was a lot of optimism going into this. He was the first member, club pro, from the PGA to serve that role as CEO in over 2 decades. He was the first past president to hold that role ever. So I think among the membership, there was a lot of optimism when Derek took the job. But if you look over the last year, I think his legacy is going to be defined by one event. That's going to be the Ryder Cup. And Rich, you and I have spent a long time over the last few months talking about everything that went wrong at the Ryder Cup, specifically the fan behavior, talk about ticket prices. Even Keegan Bradley, as captain, has been widely criticized. To be fair, Derek Sprague wasn't CEO when any of those decisions were made, but when you're a leader, you're going to have to take the criticism.
Who's likely next to lead?
I think when you look at what's happening across the sports spectrum, really, and specifically as it applies to golf, look no further than Ponte Vedra Beach. The CEO of the PGA Tour, Brian Rolapp, he'll tell anyone who listens that they did not hire him because of his golf expertise. In fact, it's his lack of expertise and his brilliance and his expertise in multi-million-dollar deals is why they brought him in. If you look at the most recent filing of the PGA of America, their tax filing, they had total assets of $450 million. You need someone in that job that knows how to run a multi-million-dollar business. Just look at the previous 2 CEOs before Derek Sprague. You had Seth Waugh, who before taking over for the PGA of America, he was the CEO of Deutsche Bank Americas. He knows how to make those deals and how to work in those boardrooms. Before that, it was Pete Bavacqua, who went on to become the CEO of NBC Sports and now is the athletic director at Notre Dame. I think by all accounts, the search is already ongoing for a replacement for Derek Sprague, and my guess is they'll be looking outside the organization for someone who can be that dynamic leader.
Rex, been a tough couple of years for the PGA of America. Tragedy at Valhalla 2024 with a security guard, John Mills, killed when he was struck by a shuttle bus on that chaotic, rainy morning. And then Scotty was arrested, embarrassingly so. You referenced it a couple of months ago at the Ryder Cup, just horrendous fan behavior. So is there a sense within the PGA of America that they need to get their house in order? And if so, how do they do it?
Again, I think you just look across the landscape and you look at the dynamic leaders who have stepped in. I mentioned Brian Rolapp. Look at Craig Kessler at the LPGA Tour, the new commissioner. I mean, he has brought a lot of energy, a lot of new ideas. Mike Wan at the USGA, again, a dynamic leader who has brought fresh air, he's brought direction, he's brought stability. I think that's what the PGA of America is going to be looking for right now for all those reasons that you said. Now, some of those things were out of the PGA's hands. They couldn't control much of what happened, but they can control what happens going forward.